Mr. Mayor, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Well, thanks. How are you? Wondering if you can respond to the pied-à-terre tax lawsuit that was filed on Friday. It's going to court today, how your legal team is working on that. And then also, do you have any regrets on how the rollout was done? And what are your thoughts moving forward on that?
You know, there are a few things more certain in New York City than death, taxes, and Randy Mastro filing a lawsuit against this administration. So we look forward to vigorously defend our city's position in court, as we have done so with the previous lawsuits that he has filed, and I'm sure with the lawsuits that he will continue to file in the months and years to come. And we are confident in our position. And that is a confidence coming from both the legality of the city's actions as well as the importance of a surcharge on secondary homes worth more than $5 million, a surcharge that will help fund safer streets, that will help fund stronger schools, and it will help fund the city that New Yorkers deserve.
On the rollout?
You know, we always know that with any new tax, there are more questions than there are answers. And we're looking to make sure that every New Yorker that is potentially affected, again, we're talking about 17,000 homeowners out of a city of 8.5 million, have all the information that they need. And we've extended the deadline for them to appeal to the Department of Finance to September 18th. Again, if they do not appeal by that point, they can still appeal to the Tax Commission by March of 2027.
He didn't answer the question. He does that so often. If you watch a lot of these press conferences, he doesn't really answer the question. But yes, that happened earlier today. So let's see what happened to this lawsuit so far.
Staten Island judge has temporarily issued a restraining order, temporarily halting the city's rollout of the new pied-à-terre tax after a group of homeowners sued the city this past Friday. Now, this new pied-à-terre tax is supposed to generate around $500 million annually for the city and was approved by state lawmakers earlier this year. The pied-à-terre tax surcharge is supposed to target luxury second homes worth more than $5 million and condos at a market value worth more than $1 million.
So you see right there, he's taking a real big hit right now. So a judge just slammed the brakes on this is basically one of Mayor Mamdani's biggest promises, right? The pied-à-terre tax, the tax on rich people's second homes. And he got slammed right now. So the website's been taken down. The city can't move. All of this is frozen. But here's what I want you guys to watch this for. This didn't get blocked because taxing the wealthy is illegal. I mean, a lot of people believe that it's a bad idea, or at least to overtax them doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it got blocked because of how they did it, the rollout. And when you hear how many regular homeowners got caught up in this thing, you're going to understand why the judge stepped in.
But last month, the city released a searchable website of nearly 1 million properties they said was tied to this new pied-à-terre tax. Despite the immediate backlash from confused homeowners, it took the city days to clarify that publishing the website was only part of the city's responsibility under this new law, and the 17,000 homeowners who received a letter from the city are subject to this new tax. But some homeowners who received this letter argue that they are not subject to this new tax and are permanent residents. The city also says that more than 2,500 homeowners have filed for exemptions. A lawsuit was filed on Friday led by former First Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro, arguing that this property website should be taken down and that it shouldn't be on the homeowner to prove that they are permanent residents. A judge issued that temporary restraining order in their favor. The city will be forced to take down that website with all of the properties, and they said that they can't grant exemptions or make determinations that the city is subject or that people are subject to that tax until the next court hearing on August 31st. And a spokesperson for the mayor says that the city is immediately appealing the decision.
Joining us now, the plaintiff's attorney, Deckard partner Randy Mastro. He also served as first deputy mayor under Eric Adams, is a former acting mayor of New York City, and previously served as a former assistant U.S. attorney and former deputy chief of the civil division of SDNY.
It's about the rollout. The mayor wanted to grab a quick headline about this surcharge that he asked for in the first place. He got his headline, but he broke the law in the process.
Let's kind of recap to basically what has happened today, actually, earlier today. This is the issue. And the city put up a searchable website with almost 1 million properties on it. A city of what, 8 to 10 million people? 1 million properties were on it. So this pied-à-terre was only supposed to hit the second homes worth over $5 million. So how do you go from a few thousand rich people with luxury second homes to a database of 1 million New Yorkers? That's the whole problem here. It became a blanket sweep. And listen to the timeline. The backlash was immediate. People were confused. They were scared, thinking that they owed a rich person tax. And it took the city days to come out and say, oh, I'm sorry, that website wasn't actually the list of who owes. It took days. That's not a small mistake. That's people panicking over a weekend thinking they're going to be on the hook for thousands of dollars. Many of these people don't even have that money.
The city has to make individualized initial determinations. That's the words in the statute. Initial determinations that the tax applies to particular residences. Didn't do that. Instead, in blunderbuss fashion, put out a roll of 900,000 plus New Yorkers that it said relate to the surcharge, and then sent 17,000 of them notices that it may be subject to the surcharge.
Then 17,000 letters go out. 17,000 telling people they might owe this. Not that you owe it, you might. So go prove that you don't. So again, we're talking about this fancy French term that basically means second home, pied-à-terre. So the city wants to charge extra money on second homes that rich people own. So we're talking about homes that are worth $5 million, condos and co-ops worth more than $1 million. The idea is to raise about $500 million a year for the city. State lawmakers approved it early this year. On paper, it is aimed at the wealthy. Now, personally, I don't agree with this tax, but I know a lot of people that live in the city probably do. Most people in the city believe that you got to keep taxing the richest people. That's just a feeling I think a lot of people have. I think that's the reason why Mamdani got elected in the first place. They look at somebody with $5 million second homes and they say, go tax them more money. Even though these people are paying property taxes, they're paying money to maintain the properties, but that's not enough. When you pile up more taxes like this, eventually some of the people are going to just leave. They're going to take their money with them. And also, when they do leave, that $500 million you're counting on is going to shrink. A lot of people just don't understand that part. They just don't understand economics, and I guess that's fine. That's the issue. That's the trade-off a lot of people who support Mamdani doesn't want to talk about. It is what it is at this point. But the reason why this thing was blocked wasn't because of that. It was the way it was rolled out. The lawsuit wasn't fighting whether the tax is legal or not. What they went after and what the judge agreed with them was the rollout, how the city actually did this. It was a complete mess. I'll give you 3 reasons why. 1, the blanket sweep. They flagged nearly 1 million properties for a tax that's supposed to hit a small number of rich second homeowners. That's like sending the entire neighborhood a bill to catch 3 people. The judge literally said that there was no law that let the city post that giant of a list of names, addresses, and home values online. No law. That's the doxing part. Your personal info out there for no legal reason. Guilty until proven innocent. The city assumed you owe this tax and made you prove that you don't. They told people to upload their tax returns, utility bills, your license, your voter records. Here's the craziest part. The government already has most of that stuff. They could have checked it themselves. Instead, they dumped the work on regular homeowners. 3, and this is the number I told you guys to remember, more than 2,500 people have already filed for exemptions. 2,500. That's 2,500 people who had to stop their lives and file paperwork to prove they don't owe a tax they weren't supposed to be owing in the first place. So this number tells you everything. This is what you get when you rush things. When you rush things through, when the mayor wants that headline and that press conference and the social media clout more than he actually wants to get things right. So now the website is down. The city can't grant exemptions or can't make any decisions until the next court date. That's going to be August 31st. So the mayor, obviously, he's already repealing. So this fight is far from over. But this is a big hit because the bottom line is he wanted a good headline, but he was sloppy in his approach, and thousands of ordinary New Yorkers are paying the confusion tax for it. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Appreciate all of your support. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.